Overall, a lot of really likable people. You might like them as a villain, you might like them as a hero, but just they're fun to watch. Michael, I love this kid. I forget he's 18. In his real life, he lives a lie. He tells people he's in his 20s because of his job, which is a bizarre thing. Pretending to be 24 is not the same as being 24. He's still 18. And I'm gonna be looking for those moments when the 18-year-old comes out to see how he can handle it. DESIREE, she's a threat. Really young, but people won't know it. Super smart, people might overlook it. Physically gifted. I'd put her in my favorites category of having a shot of winning this game. Chris is a puzzle to me. I can't figure out if this game is going to play to his strengths or his weaknesses.
Heads up!
But he comes in with a really compelling story. He's out here playing for his mom.
My mom was diagnosed with MS at 27. She still smiled. She still got up the next day and kept going on. She's just a superwoman.
He's a likable guy. He's obviously physically imposing and a good-looking guy. The question's gonna be, how will he do socially? Chelsea, what I love about Chelsea in this game is that there's much more beneath the exterior of a young, attractive woman. She's an EMT, so she's put herself in a career in which she is often in these life or death situations with the highest stakes there are. My hope for Chelsea would be to downplay as much as possible who I really am and let you think I'm only this, because when the pressure hits, I'm going to be able to handle it better than most people. James is one of my favorites. James has the highest IQ of anyone that's ever been on our show. I liken James to a machine. I hope that James gets out on the beach and we watch a guy learn how to behave with other humans in front of our eyes. Laurel is somebody we've wanted on the show for a while. She's so threatening in so many ways, and she's gonna have to downplay that early. If somebody says, are you smart? Not really. If somebody says, are you athletic? Kind of. Because the truth is, she's a threat on every level, and that could work against her. I love Sebastian. I think kids are gonna love Sebastian. He has that air about him that is, nothing's really that serious. We'll figure it out, man. Jenna is one of my favorites out of the gate, and here's why. She came up with this idea that my face doesn't always express what I'm feeling. Turns out she started looking at herself differently and working on that and realizing I want the world to know that I'm happier than it must look like I am. And she said her whole life is starting to change. So I love that Jenna's coming into the game so tuned in to her social dynamic play. And I'm really curious to see where that takes her. To me, Wendell captures everything we want in a Survivor contestant. Everything. Likeable, he's smart, he's got cool background of skills, he's got a great sense of humor, he can play the social game, he's a threat, which means he could be out early, but he's so gifted he could go all the way to the end. Those guys, when they walk in the room, men or women, for me, it's instant. It's not a second guess. I like Stephanie. She works in the family business and will use flirting to get somebody to open themselves up to a conversation, and then it becomes all business. The women who can use their charm to get a guy in a conversation and then immediately start working him, they tend to come out on top.
Let's give it a go.
Jacob is a super fan who blogs about the show. I really like him. Jacob was not the most popular kid, and he was bullied a little bit, but he stayed with it, and now he's more powerful. And I'm really excited for him to get out here and try to engage with other people. The other Stephanie, really impressed with, gone through a lot of life changes. She's been checking off a lot of boxes. I'm changing this, I'm changing this, I'm getting rid of that, I'm getting rid of this. Survivor, I'm ready. The downside of having momentum as you enter Survivor is you can have too much.
Good luck, guys.
And blow people away with your heightened energy. So Stephanie's gonna have to.
I don't want to come out and be like, wah! I mean, my outfit alone is gonna be woo!
Brendan represents what is beautiful about Survivor. He's a good-looking, physically fit, well-spoken, confident leader. He's got it all. But the way the game works is, I can just vote you out. So Brendan has to get out of his own way. Kellen is one of my favorites. She's flirting with the universe in the best possible way. What do you got? I'm open, let's play. And that's the theme. Ghost Island is here to play. I don't know how well she'll do in the game, but I think she's going to be a spark plug and a live wire, and I would imagine she's going to attract people to her. The question will be, does she make the right decisions with who she aligns with? Domenick, he's super funny, big opinions, colorful past, big story, a lot of emotion. He's primed for this game, and I don't know whether he'll be first out or win, but I don't think anybody will forget him. Libby, you're not sure if she's gonna be a gamer or a fader because she's unproven still. But when I look at her history in life, I would bet on her being a gamer and that she's going to dig in and get dirty, flirt if she has to. It seems like she would do very well socially. Donathan, one of a kind. He deserves this adventure. That kid spends his life taking care of other people, and he's getting out of the country and getting this experience of a show he loves. Nothing would make me happier than to see Donathan just thrive out here and get deep in the game. We loved Morgan the minute she walked in. I love her energy. I love what she does for a living. I think she's really likable and spontaneous. I will be really curious to see how she handles split-second decisions. I think she will be a great Alliance member. As far as getting to the end, don't know. Bradley, I loved when he walked in. He was one of the most confident/arrogant guys I've met in a long time. And when you talk to him, he's pretty gifted. He's sharp, he's smart. He wants to work in divorce court as a lawyer because he loves conflict. Well, you found the right game. Angela is another person coming into the game at a really interesting point in their life. She had a long career in the military, a long marriage. Now she's out of the military, out of her marriage, both her kids are out of school. Suddenly, for the first time in her life, Angela has time to just focus on Angela, and she chooses one of the most difficult but exciting adventures you could choose. Angela could flame out on day one. It could overwhelm her. Or Angela could bury her head for a minute, take a look around, get her bearings, and be phenomenal. Here's the thing about Survivor. The players know you have a bar that's been set that you better get above. Because if you come into Survivor now and you don't believe that Tribal Council is truly alive, you're probably the one going home.